Welcome back to the channel, Classic Volkswagen Lovers Junior with classic VW books. Today we're going to try to install the EMPI engine case adapter to this 1600 dual port engine. The kit comes with the Blanchard plate, and also it comes with these 2-inch long by 8mm studs that you will have to replace for OEMs. And also it comes with the engine case adapter that provides the mounting points for the mustache bar. This will be mounting over the 4 studs that support the oil pump. I have pulled one of my spare pumps that I refurbished not too long ago to show you how it will actually assemble. So if you're looking at your dual port, this is what you will see in front of you. Then if you remove this plate here, you have your gears, your gasket, and then you have your other gasket in the back. And then in the engine case, you'll have a stud like this that will go through. So what we're going to do is remove this plate from our dual port. We're going to replace the studs for the studs that you see here, which are longer than the ones that are original to the engine. And then we will proceed to assemble the adapter into the engine case. My next step is to remove this nut here from the generator. Remove this out and remove this nut right here. Take out the belt, take out this pulley here, and then we will access this tin here. We'll remove this tin here so we can remove the oil pump plate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Got 5 over here. I'm going to leave the same amount of spacers I have here, and I'm going to place this back here so that when I assemble everything back together is with the proper tension. That's how I do it. You can do it however way you prefer. And I'm going to remove this and just set it on top like that because it won't bother me to have it there. Then the next thing I'm going to do is remove this guy here and pull out that pulley so I can access to 2 screws that are holding this little tin here. And I'm going to find a pulley and grab it through those 2 holes and try to get it out. And I place the nut back in there, sticking pretty further out. And now I'm going to go ahead and try to remove pulley. I'm going to keep some kind of pressure right here. And then I'm going to use one of these ratchet wrenches. I can tell that it broke loose. Okay, there we go. So that's out. We'll just set it aside right here. And we got the Woodruff key in the same position, so we'll leave that right there. We don't need to remove that. Okay, so let's see if you can see here, there's 2 screws right there. Like I said, I'm gonna remove those. It comes in handy to have one of these here. And there we go. And then the one here as well. There we go. That should be it. We're gonna get that little tin out because we want to access the 8mm bolts for the oil pump. So that's out. We removed the cover. I kept these screws in place so I don't lose them, and I installed these back very loosely. And now we're going to remove these 8mm nuts. Is actually a 13mm socket. I got an oil pan here in the bottom, and so what proceeds next is to remove this plate right here so that we are able to install this support here in the bottom. And then this U-shape that you see here is going to be attached here in the bottom, and then this is going to become the plate. Now, in between this, we're going to substitute this plate for another plate that is going to be sandwiched in between these 2 plates. But before we can do that, we will have to replace these studs right here for longer studs. So I got my oil pan right there. Notice how loosely that came out. Ideally, when you replace these here, you want to get brand new nuts with seals, with oil seals. I'm not doing that today because eventually I am going to take this engine back out from Casper to overhaul it. And meanwhile, all I'm trying to do is see if I can get this engine started. If you remember from a previous video, I bought this engine from a local person here where we live. They said it was running and that the only issue it was that it was leaking oil. This stud was actually broken and I replaced it. Once I get this engine started, the goal is to see if I can install it in the bus so that I can move the bus in and out of the garage when I'm working with it. And at the same time, there is an engine there that it's missing the generator. The harp is actually inside of a box that they provided as a parts box. So that's something that I have to see if it's working or not. Here it's the stud. If you can see right here, there's a little piece of rubber right there that is so brittle that it actually broke. So I'm going to apply these here because I'm going to be using them to remove the studs here in a minute and replace them for longer ones. I should be able to remove this plate without any worries that the oil will completely drain out. You can see the little red seal on that. So you want to replace those when you do this permanently. My goal is to make sure that I find the right period engine block for the bus. This is actually a sedan's 1600 dual port upright engine that fits into my 71 because the 71 bus came with a upright 1600 dual port engine. That's out. We have to replace these studs right here. So in order to do that, I'm going to use the same nuts that I have right here, these studs, and replace them for longer ones. Okay, so we got that out. And I'm going to show you the difference between this stud here and the one that comes with the kit, so we can compare apples to apples. So that is the OEM factory stud, and this is the one that comes with the kit. It's about half an inch longer. Okay. So we got that out. So notice the difference between this stud and this stud here. So I'm gonna go ahead and take all of these other out. I really don't think that you need to see me replacing all these three when it's basically the same step as the one that we just did here. When I have replaced all four, I'll come back and show you the next step. Let's do a summary. So according to EMPI instructions, you replace these studs here for these longer ones. You have to replace the stud here for the one that comes with this support adapter. But the truth of the matter is that it doesn't work straight out of the package. So if we follow the instructions and we install first the Blanchard cover, then we install the adapter, aligning it. Notice how the back plate or the adapter won't press firmly against the Blanchard. So we don't have a proper seal right there. We have to find a way to fix it. Brainstorming over this, I'm thinking, okay, this boss right here interferes with the left mounting point of the adapter. So if we want to make this work, maybe we can grind this boss down. Then when we install the adapter, it will seat flat, and we can probably just tap right here, and that will provide a good sealing surface for both the adapter and the Blanchard that's behind that, so we can avoid the gap between the two plates. So it occurred to me to try something different. What if I just take this back out, I leave this plate, the OEM plate, install like it should be, like that. I take this plate here and put it right here, like that. And then I take this piece here and install it. That actually allows me to insert the bottom bolt like so, like it should be. And also I can put this nut here in the bottom. For now, I'm going to leave that loose because eventually I'm going to have to remove this back out to tread. I'm going to have to tap this boss right here so I can put a 10mm bolt directly into the engine case. Before I do anything, I'm going to go ahead and put these nuts here and see how that works. Because the other thing that I will have to double check, which is part of what we're doing, is assure that if I do it this way, it's going to still work and allow me for proper clearance and installation when I install it inside the engine bay for Casper. So that's, I think, what will work for me for the time being. I don't want to do any weird modifications here where then I will regret it if they don't come out right. Let's see how that works. So far, that's how that worked for me. My only concern is these 4 bolts right here. Not having a proper seal around those nuts, because since the adapter is just applying pressure against the middle blanchard that came with the kit that I swapped now and have it in between the OEM and the adapter, I'm thinking that I won't have a proper oil seal where the studs actually go through the mounting points for the adapter, if that makes sense to you. So I'm going to go ahead and trace the boss right here to see how properly aligned we are against it. I like the idea to keep the original plate right there, because by keeping that like that, this actually sits flat over this boss right here. This looks like it could work. Studs are aligned. We need to check if the bottom bolt aligns, and it does. So the only issue remaining is the seal around the 4 studs, because the 4 nuts with the oil seal would be only sealing against the adapter and not the OEM blanchard. Okay, let's pay attention to the picture and screen right now. So the kit and the instructions basically advise that if your block has a boss to the left hand side, you could drill and tap it for the bolt to go through the mounting and into the case, which will provide a stronger fastening point for your mustache bar. However, I tell you this, if you have an engine block like the one that I have, which the serial number starts with Alpha Echo 491 and and so on, you're only providing one strong fastening point to your mustache bar. I really wouldn't recommend anybody to do that. That's my personal opinion, and that's why in my case I'm going to stop here and not finish the installation of this EMPI kit adapter, because I really don't see that is going to be a good thing for me. However, I will say this: if your engine block has a serial number that perhaps maybe starts with Alpha Echo 745 and so on, those type of blocks, they do have like 3 bosses points that you could drill and tap, and
make it work as it actually came like that from factory. So that's why I'm telling you this right now. But I would recommend that you finish watching the video, because there might be some spoiler alerts for the next video that you probably will entertain watching and seeing the outcome of it.
Unfortunately, I spent a lot of time trying to get this piece to work. Can I make it work? Yes. Do I want to make modifications to what I have here? I don't. Okay guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and torque this to 35 foot-pounds per the J-Buck chart. You can go from 29 to 36. I'm gonna do 35. I'm gonna do 35. I'm not gonna go take a look into my Bentley book right now, because I will be taking all of these parts out. So, and we're going to lock this somewhere here. Oh, you do you. Remember, and that one up there for the generator is between 40 and 47. So I'll go ahead and set my torque wrench to 40. And again, I will be removing that once again to do a little bit more of cleanup. I'm thinking about painting all of those tins and stuff like that. So I got to do a thorough cleaning on that engine. And then we got to get our screwdriver. I left it somewhere. Here we go. So we got to find our sweet spot. And this one I'm going to torque to 40 foot-pounds. There we go. That's pretty good. Flying like that. And that's all we're going to do with that engine today. We're just going to push it to the side. And that's it. So, well guys, unfortunately I didn't get to install that today. It's really cold in this garage right now, and I don't feel like working anymore in here right now. So that was pretty much it. So again, this is the EMPI adapter kit. My personal opinion, if you are just doing a temp fix and you don't mind and you have a spare engine block and you want to mess with it, then fine, you can do that. But I honestly don't want to mess up with this engine block. If I am going to take this engine apart, it's going to be to overhaul it and make it look nicer and, you know, make sure that it's performing as it should. But I don't want to modify it with just a temp fix. Eventually, I will get the right engine for this here. I don't know. I have many ideas. I may entertain to sell one of my engines and fix that one there, mess up with that one, or also sell that one too, and then just get a whole new engine block that already has the tabs for the mustache bar. We'll see. Anyway, that was pretty much it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video and all of the trouble that I went to, you know, getting the studs in, replacing them for longer ones, and then replacing them back for the OEM. But anyway, sometimes you got to do that to see what really works for you. I can make it work, and it will work, but like I said, I do not want to modify that block, not that one. That one, maybe I'll do so because I can see it's a boss on the right side of that engine block that they drill to tap it and they never finished it. So I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go ahead and start this engine to see where are all the oil leaks coming from. Like they said that it was leaking oil, and I'm gonna let it run maybe a little bit and see, you know, get it warmed up and see where all the oil leak is coming from, and then determine from there on how I am going to go about this engine. Hey friends, I thought I just cut into this clip real quick. Okay, in this video, I did not get to install the EMPI kit, nor in the next video, but watch the next video so you can see how having the kit actually helped me to better brainstorm and use the kit as a tool to make this work and have the mustache bar installed in the engine that came with Casper as if it came from OEM factory. All right, until then, this is Junior with Classic VW Bucks. Junior out.